Hey again, Brad Durick. Can you believe we're at 15 weeks of these chalk talks? I hope you're having a lot of fun with it. Well, I'm shooting and got the board handy. I thought I'd touch on a spring topic that comes up. It's one of my favorite ways to fish. And I only know a couple of people who river fish channel cats like this, and it's a very minute window where you get your opportunity here to use this. And it's called straight line catfishing. It's a pre-spawn deal. Sometimes you can get it to work in the winter or the fall time when the water's, in the mid-60s, same as it is in the front. You can catch them on a big feeding migration. But these fish are migrating upstream usually with one sole purpose, and that's to eat and bulk up. In the case of pre-spawn, it's to get ready for the spawn. In the case of fall, it's to get ready for heading to the wintering holes. But I find it a super effective way to fish when the water is at a normal to a little bit high in what I call the optimum flow rate. And I'll just quick pull the camera in and just give you a quick touch of how it works. Basically, how it works is we're just going to say the red is the river banks for straight lining. The black is the break at the bottom that's creating the current tunnels. These current tunnels, as Doug Stange from In Fisherman always called them, it's the point of least resistance at the bottom where the water meets in the edge, right in here. And those fish will migrate and run along that with virtually no resistance. So how I straight line catfish is I find a section of river. For this purpose, we're going to say current's moving to the top side. The purple dots, that's going to be my representation of rocks. The orange is going to be trees, rocks, or some sort of structure within that current. As you can see, we'll call this riprap on these rocks. So this river is running this way. And how I would fish this is these fish are going to hold up on this structure and come out feeding. They're going to go around it. So I would fish this one of two ways. I would set up and I would put lines right here in the front and get the fish coming up, bottling up on that structure. So it'd be kind of like this. To fish that once. But then to straight line it, what I would do is I would either, usually these are underwater, is I would anchor up here, get my nice looking boat, and I would shoot one shallow, shallow, and just keep casting further and further out. So all your baits are right on that current tunnel, and the current will pull it in. And that puts all of your baits in the strike zone. So every fish can find it. The cool part is when they hit it, they generally head right to the current to the middle. So all you're doing is lifting and moving rods around so they don't tangle. Once in a while they'll wrap up. Now if you're doing it here, another one that sometimes, especially if you're in rocks and don't want to cast over them, set your boat right on the outer edge and then shoot one back and then back, back, back. And kind of go like that. And you can adjust how you want to do it. The point is you have your weight set on your line so it rolls into that dead spot in that current tunnel. So all of your baits are working in that current tunnel. Of course, depending where you live and how many people are in the boat depends on how many lines you get. Now this is something you can also do from shore. And what you do, especially if you have a case of a rock riprap here, is you put a heavier weight on it. People out in the boats are using 2 and 3 and 4 ounces. You need to look at 5 and 6, something to stick it. And then just launch it out here and launch it out here and let the current pull it into the edge of that structure. And it will stick there. Occasionally you'll get snagged up on a rock or a tree, but that's called catfishing. And what that does by having that heavier weight is it allows the current to suck it into that spot just like from a boat and gets you in the strike zone even from the shore. This is a highly, highly effective pre-spawn bite method that's coming up here shortly on us. I hope we get to take advantage of it up here on the red. Until next time, I'm Brad Durick.